New Zealand are still 186 behind England. A tremendous performance from the bowlers, particularly Eddie Hemmings. Nice to see him among the wickets there. Those bowling figures are reflected in the full analysis for England. An outstanding effort from Malcolm, I thought, once again today. 25 overs, 7 maidens, 3 for 59. Gladstone Small, there's no justice because he finished with none for 44, having repeatedly gone past the outside edge of the bat. Lewis bowled a good spell early on and then just fell away a little in his debut test. And Eddie Hemmings, 27.3 overs, 10 maidens, 6 for 58. Atherton, 9 overs, 4 17 and no wicket, but spun the ball quite sharply. A lead of round about 400 just after tea today. New Zealand will have to try and keep them in check. Richard Hadlee bowled the first over slightly into the breeze. The breeze certainly wasn't assisting his away swing. And the second over is bowled by Danny Morrison. We join it with the second ball. There's 1 run on the board. Graham Gooch has it. And that's one of the reasons he's expensive. The half pitcher outside off stump is meat and drink to these players. I think that must have been a little inside edge. There were some choked shouts out there. Didn't seem to deviate a great deal. Today, England will be trying to push on to add to that lead of 186. I would anticipate they'll be searching for something around about the 400 mark by late in today. A good shot for 4. That's 4 more, 2 short.
Yes, Danny Morrison having a few problems here.
It's another good shot. Long chase for John Wright and a fruitless one. This is exactly the sort of thing England require if they're going to be able to make a closure later in the day and go for victory. It's a real good positive approach to the game. And that won't go for 4, but they'll get 3. This is also very expensive for Danny Morrison. Well, this is one of the more expensive overs we've seen in this series so far. $20 off the over. 33 for no wicket.
Neil Fairbrother there, sitting amongst the family.
Seriously wrong there.
Now then, Richard Hadlee to bowl, limbering up all around the field are other bowlers. And still Morrison's in the game because he's the fielder who has to come around and gather that in.
Hadlee now to Atherton. Slow ball. And rather quickly to the boundary ropes on the square side for 4, so it was picked well and hit well. I think one of the unsolved mysteries of life in cricket, Ray, is when a ball swings and when it doesn't. There's the England 50 coming up in the 12th over. And often a bowler's hand action can just be slightly awry, and under ideal, perfect conditions he doesn't swing it. And of course some cricket balls swing more than others anyway.
Yes, I think we've seen that sometimes when the ball's changed and somebody give you a new ball, and or not a new ball but a different ball, and the thing swings all over from ball one.
Oh, bowled him. Whether there was an edge or not, but where there were 3 stumps, there's now only 2. Gooch goes, bowled by Snedden for 30. That's what New Zealand want. There's no better way of containment, and England now 50 for 1.
Yeah, I think Gooch is hitting through it there without really getting to the pitch of it. May have got a little inside edge, but Graham Gooch just tend to drive at the ball without that front foot really going to the pitch. Snedden's going to continue now from the city end, and he'll be going to Alex Stewart. Well, there again you saw that slightly different bouncer. That was more than slightly different. That nearly ran on the floor.
Stewart off the mark. Well, Alex Stewart was running to the danger end. It was fine, but Michael Atherton can laugh now, but he really had to sprint.
Yes, cutting it a little bit fine there. If the keeper had got there a little bit quicker, could have been in trouble. When you're on the back foot, it's always difficult to get started. Once again, good running. I think now they've established they're going to look for quick runs, they'll be a little more together.
Yes, again. That's good calling. After that 1 run of hesitation, it's much better organised now. Oh, it's short and hooked away, or pulled away rather, but not off the middle of the bat. Nothing wrong with the stroke conception of it by Alex Stewart, but it just wasn't middled. He still gets 3 runs. Now here's a man who requires 2 test wickets for 100. John Bracewell. Oh, what a lovely shot. That was a rare shot when you think that Alex Stewart's just 6 not out. He's down the track and plays a square drive, beautifully timed. The lead now goes over 250. It's a lead of 253 to England. Super shot. What he's saying is, you're not going to bowl to me with those close fielders wrapped around my neck there.
Danny Morrison's gone a little bit deeper at mid-on, but not a great deal.
So John Bracewell's not prepared to concede anything. It's well played by Alex Stewart. Good judge of length, got onto the back foot and worked the ball with the spin. Oh, that's another big attacking shot. These young England batsmen are really attacking Bracewell. And that's in a gap as well. My word, the outfield is running quickly today. And that's a very good stop. 16 runs in that first over, 79 for 1. Oh, he's dropped him. And Martin Crowe is furious with himself.
A lovely piece of bowling this by Richard Hadlee. It's in close to the wicket. Watch that ball go off the seam. Lifting, and a straightforward slip catch, really. Beautifully bowled.
Oh, and that hit the short leg fielder. That must have hurt very badly indeed. That was a full-blooded shot. Cracked against the ankle.
Oh, it's Mark Price there, who's gone down. Substitute fielder.
Beautifully bowled, good top spinner. John Bracewell has got either the top spinner or perhaps the arm ball going, slightly quicker. And Alex Stewart has gone. Part of the run chase today, out for 15, 40 to Atherton, and 87 is on the board.
I think there might have been just a little bit of a misjudgment of length there. I think that could well have been a forward length delivery. And Stewart going onto his back foot.
Atherton and Lamb are in at the moment. Neil Fairbrother. And that's one of the strokes. Oh, well done. That's a beautiful stumping. Now, Lamb's not at all happy about that. Changed his mind, I had the feeling, and decided not to play it. Got the bat back, but not quite quickly enough. Adam Prore has another victim.
Yes, I would like to give a bit of credit to the bowler here. I think it's a good piece of bowling. I think he saw Lamb begin to come down the wicket and just pushed it through a little bit quicker.
And the applause out there from the players for John Bracewell having taken his 100th Test match wicket. .100 at an average of 36. Up for England now. 100 for 3. Get the single there. So Atherton has 3 balls in which to make the single to give him his second half century for the match. And it gives Atherton his half century. Very good performance from him. It's the last ball of the first session of play on this second last day of the Cornhill Test, and England go along to 108 for 3.
England will certainly be looking for at least as many runs in this session as they got this morning, and possibly more. I think he opened the face there a little, so not quite the lucky edged shot it might have looked. Oh, very close. Hadlee's given him out with 2 hands, but umpire Mayer raised nothing.
Yes, you always know when Richard Hadlee turns round and shouts with both hands in the air that it's fairly close.
Bracewell. Leg byes. That's a good shot. Length really that enabled him to get there and do that. Picked it beautifully, rocked back. Oh, what a great stop. Morrison down there, and that was a wonderful piece of athletic fielding. Saved 2 runs. Asking and given. Robin Smith knew a little circle, but not many caught and bowls Hadlee gets, but that was one that ballooned back off the pad. There was some bat on it there. Hadlee was never in doubt. That's the end of Smith. Caught and bowled Hadlee for 14. Now England 129 for 4. New batsman Neil Fairbrother. Now can the Lancashire lad get going? Well, that's Fairbrother away. Almost relieved applause from everybody. And you'll get 3 out of it. The end of the over, a successful one for Hadlee. Brace will round the wicket. Oh, dear me, that's gone. Yes, had to be. Wrong length. Didn't pick anything about the delivery at all. Length or line. And poor Neil Fairbrother.
Yes, very, very sad indeed. Talented player, but in test matches, I'm afraid, it just hasn't come through.
One left-hander replaced by another, Jack Russell.
That's a lovely shot. Over-pitched. But it was more than just a cover drive. It was beautifully placed. You see the face of the bat opening, and John Bracewell taps the head. Come on, grey matter. Oh, what a wonderful catch. Superb catch. Lightning reflexes off the middle of the bat, and Jack Russell must have expected runs.
He watched the ball all the way, there was no doubt about it. Didn't flinch, played it right down off his hip, and beautiful piece of fielding.
Chris Lewis is the new batsman. Atherton 67 not out, facing Bracewell. Well, Chris Lewis, the call I think came from Atherton. They say it should come from the person who non-striking end when it's played behind the stumps.
Well, Chris Lewis here, even if it had been Carl Lewis, Tony, I don't think he'd have got in.
So, Tony Lewis wouldn't have been in the frame there, but cheers as Lewis gets off the mark.
All with perfect length as well, Tony, that's the important part.
And now he's back in close to the stumps. Change of line, beautiful bowling, classic piece of bowling, and Chris Lewis goes caught behind the wickets for 1.
She couldn't have got closer than that. Pitching just outside off, but not coming back, keeping on going towards the slips. The previous ball had been bowled a bit wide and angled in.
But it is most definitely New Zealand's only chance of winning that they do bowl England out.
Very good shot from Gladstone Small.
Well, every now and again, Gladstone unleashes a copybook covered drive. Opens the face there, doesn't try to hit too hard, and away it goes for 4 through the covers.
70 from 131 balls at it, and that's pretty good going. They faced those 131 balls in 3 hours and 11 minutes. Well, there's no doubting England's intentions here. They've lost a bit of time. So Gooch's idea now is to make it up by having the batsmen go out there and play their strokes. Good stuff.
Well, this was a perfect straight drive. Just in straight through, 1 bounce, 4 over long off. But great credit to both sides there. Gooch has obviously given batsmen instruction to get on with it, not waiting around, and that's very, very good for cricket. and that's
Out, well caught.
Now that's out. Atherton going to drive, not quite getting there, and just a nice, gentle catch there to Rutherford at mid-wicket.
That's a good catch, it's well judged. Michael Atherton caught Rutherford, bowled Bracewell for 70. Bracewell bowling cleverly once again.
Yes, he's bowled well today, and just a little bit of flight there. Didn't quite get to the pitch of it. Slight inside edge.
That is very comprehensive, and the new bat did little good. Perhaps it simply wasn't wide enough.
I think a little pat on the head from Richard Hadlee to Eddie Hemmings, probably just saying, too good for you, son. Well, probably that new bat didn't suit Eddie Hemmings. A little bit across it, but it wasn't a bad delivery either. Pitch roundabout off and it off, which you can't grumble at that.
Just done enough. That's all you have to do. Just land on the seam and do a couple of inches from leg to off. And it has knocked that stump beautifully cleanly out of the ground. That's from the fielding side's point of view.
It's a well-known Worcester character called Loppy Lugs, who should be down at Worcester now watching Worcestershire play Gloucestershire.
If he starts his war cries, there are a few people here wished he was, Tom.
Devon Malcolm on his way out. Would have been a great catch. Looked as though he got it just about off the meat of the bat.
Yes, it was going pretty hard, and you got both hands to it, but when you're following through after bowling, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get onto and going back quick at you like that. And look, it didn't come down for him to catch again, only just wide of him.
OBW, and will that be a wicket for Richard Hadlee with his last ball in Test cricket? To join a very select group of players who've done that. The end of England's second innings with the score at 158. So it's a great performance from New Zealand. They have to make 345 to win. That was plum. Another 5 in an innings for Richard Hadlee. Another 5 and another magnificent performance from Sir Richard Hadlee, taking a wicket with his last ball in Test match cricket, and a terrific effort from him. The bowling figures show exactly what he did out there in combination with John Bracewell. Bracewell 16 overs, 5 maidens, 4 for 38. And Richard Hadlee 21 overs, 3 maidens, 5 for 53. Just to confirm his position at the top of the world's leading bowlers, a terrific effort from him. 86 test matches, 431 wickets, an average of 22.29, 36 times 5 wickets in an innings, the last of those today. And on 9 occasions, he took 10 wickets in a match. And he and Dennis Lillee are the only bowlers in that list to have averaged 5 wickets per test match throughout their career. It's a marvellous effort from Richard Hadlee, and it's given New Zealand the opportunity to win this test match. England can do so as well, but when the two openers, Wright and Franklin, came out, they knew they had 345 to make, and that set itself up as a very good contest. Here's the first over now, the first ball in fact. Devon Malcolm is the bowler, and Trevor Franklin has taken strike.
Franklin away.
The position of the game now is that if there's no more rain and no more interruptions, if New Zealand play ordinary, sensible cricket, then they're going to get somewhere near that total if they're not bowled out.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. A big appeal. Everybody thinks he's out except two people. And that's batsman and umpire holder. That ball swung back after it pitched.
It looked as though there was a little gap there between the bat and the ball.
I think the telltale thing, Tom, it straightened back and Jack Russell took it to his right.
That's right.
And there's runs. John Wright was in, no doubt, and neither was umpire holder, and it's 4 runs. Small it is now again to Wright.
That's a good shot. It's timed well enough to go for 4. No
Right.
And there's runs. John Wright was in, no doubt, and neither was umpire holder, and it's 4 runs. Small it is now again to Wright.
That's a good shot. It's timed well enough to go for 4. No chance of the man running from mid-off. Cutting it off. Lovely shot from John Wright. Four more. Well, there it is, the first breakthrough. Trevor Franklin goes. Devon Malcolm, who has bowled consistently well throughout this series, has once again achieved the breakthrough for England. He is looking very good. New Zealand lose their first man.
Yes, that ball moving back into Franklin. Keeping a little bit low as well.
No third man, and in fact the fielders hadn't realised that for a moment. Covered now, so that's 3 to Andrew Jones.
60. Couple more. There's John Wright on the left. Andrew Jones on strike.
That's a big shout, but to no avail. John Wright has made no move. It's over. There was a bit of a fumble there from Jack Russell. When he grabbed it at the second attempt, there was jubilation, but that quickly turned to despair. 86 tests, 21,928 balls, 431 wickets, a strike rate of 50.87. No third man, 4 runs. Silly point, short square point, and a slip.
And this ball not getting up very high, just drifting along there and probably just beating the leg stump. Fairly close.
No third man again. Just get an easy 3 there. A few changes out there. Fairbrother's gone down to deep backward square to leg gully. And Jones has gone for the doctor. Straight over the top.
Beautiful hit by Jones. That well pitched up, lovely straight swing of the bat. Bang! Right over the top.
Oh, that's the arm ball. Oh.
Jones sweeping this from somewhere near the stumps. Just turned a fraction, possibly missing the leg stump.
Oh, and that's a good catch. And John Wright goes. Chris Lewis gets a wicket, and that's a vital blow for England. And John Wright goes for 46. New Zealand 85 for 2. Oh, why did I do it? New Zealand certainly aren't short of batting. A lovely shot. 4 runs it is. End of the over, 6 runs off it.
Nice throw from Devon Malcolm. 100 up for New Zealand for the loss of 2 wickets. Franklin and Wright, the men out. And they were the only 2 to be dismissed. There were 5 more overs bowled, all of them maidens. The score stayed there at 101 for 2, including the 3 extras. Franklin out for 5, Wright for 46, Jones is 37 and Crowe 10. Bowling figures, Malcolm bowled well once again, 1 for 15 in 9. Lewis has 1 for 37. Eddie Hemmings spun the ball quite well, and he bowled from both ends. He will be a key man tomorrow. On what was